Baby, my name is Ross Mandel, and welcome to the show today. I'm coming to you live from 5-Star Entertainment. We're at Mammoth Studios in Boca Raton, Florida. I'm coming to you uncut. I'm unedited. I'm unfiltered. I'm uncensored. I'm totally unrehearsed. And yes, I'm still under arrest. Oh my God, have I got a lot of ground to cover with all you good people. I had so much fun the other day. It is Friday. It's about 4:28 in the afternoon, February the 25th, and we have a lot to talk about. Let's start with al-Gaddafi. Ho ho! The axis of evil, Pan Am 103, the dictator, the fascist leader of Libya for the last 42 years. He's got 2 sons. They're animals. They hurt people, and they act like crazy men. And then they go to Europe, and they have parties with people like Beyonce and Usher. It sounds pretty good to me. They're going crazy in Libya. They're taking over the capital. They cut back oil production already in half. The price, the futures, the price, the value of the price of oil on the markets hit $100 a barrel. I know to some of you that doesn't mean a lot, but if you watch the price at the pump, it's creeping up like crazy. It was up 3 cents alone last night, every gallon. Think how crazy that is. 3 cents a gallon. I don't want to tell you what's going to happen. They're talking about $6 for oil now. Gaddafi says, I'm not leaving. You know, he has become possibly the richest man in the world because he's been raping and stealing and pillaging all the money out of Libya. And the Libyans are suffering, and they live in poverty, not unlike Egypt. Hardship, unemployment, no medical benefits. They can't afford the price of energy. They don't have nice things. There's a lot of stress and strain. Sound familiar? It's happening right here in the U.S. Governments are lying. The legal system is corrupt. The political system doesn't work. Gaddafi's threatening to blow up Persian Gulf, Straits of Hormuz, Suez Canal. These are little waterways where the oil, the bulk of the oil coming from Saudi Arabia in the Middle East, is transported to the West. I predict the war. I predict the lights will go out. And I'm going to say that the fundamental Islamists, the terrorists, the al-Qaedas, the Talibans of the world, the haters of America, the haters of the West, they're going to take over. And they're coming for us. And we better get it together. We better be strong. We better be united. The government better stop the bullshit. Stop running after Barry Bonds for tens of millions of dollars for 7 years to prove the guy's on steroids. Who cares? Ladies and gentlemen, this government's got to get it together. It's got to look after its business, its citizens, and we got to get ready because the world's coming for us. And it's happening now, and it's going to be soon. Let's keep going. Why stop now? Saudi Arabia, potentially the most important country or business we have. That's where our oil comes from, guys. That's where the gasoline comes from when you stick the pump in your car. That's where it comes from, the bulk of the oil. In Saudi Arabia, the crown prince, the king, 87 years old, he left the country. Medical, they said, medical treatment. Nonsense. They're frightened in the Middle East. They saw what happened in Egypt to Mubarak. They saw what happened in Libya to Gaddafi, in Yemen, in Tunisia. It's going on in Greece right now. Yeah, we got riots in Wisconsin. I got news for you. Before King Faisal landed in Saudi Arabia yesterday, he introduced a new economic package. $32 billion is going for unemployment benefits to the Saudi Arabians. I wonder why he did that. Maybe he just had a feeling, you know? Maybe he just had a moment of clarity. He's feeling some goodwill towards his own people who he's been robbing and stealing from, raping and pillaging. Guess what? The people in control have become so bad and so corrupt. It's happening right here. It's a frightening, frightening thing, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you heard it here. We got 3 things to talk about. We got to talk about my boy, Justin Bieber. He got a haircut. He's a cute kid. And, oh my God. He's coming out with 40 minutes of new footage. That movie, that fantastic little flick I told you about that I saw last week, my whole fan says we got to go back this week. 40 new minutes of Justin Bieber. It's uncut and it's unedited. Oh, man, but this kid can sing and dance, and you ain't going to get that from me. So it looks like Rossi's going to be heading back to the theater. I can't have another one of those blue slushies. I tell you, I've had a stomach ache for 4 days. Bless my little girl. She goes, Daddy, I love blue slushies. Now, what a story. Charlie Sheen. Oh my God. How many times have we talked about Charlie? I'm begging somebody to get this guy help. Well, guess what? Charlie has cured himself mentally. I'm going to quote him because I had to print some of this out. Yesterday he did a radio interview. Alex Jones show, American radio. And Charlie went on a rant and a rave. And today CBS canceled the rest of the season for 2.5 Men. This guy went nuts. Nuts. 2.5 Men is a series on CBS. It's the highest rated series on television. It brings them over $150 million a year in revenues. And that's incredibly profitable revenues. I wouldn't be surprised if they make 30 to 40 million off that bottom line. You know, you better be a seller of CBS stock right now. Charlie went nuts. He attacked the creator of the show. His name is Chuck Lorre. He's been bashing him for weeks because Chuck, has been reluctant to go forward with Charlie until Charlie gets well. And Charlie says, forget it. Well, I'm a genius. I got a Midas touch. You're a loser. In fact, he let us all know that Chuck Lorre's real name is Chaim. He's a Jew hater, Charlie, on top of everything. What a surprise. His real name is Chaim Levine. Chaim Levine. He's bashing this guy. He bashing him. You know, I embarrassed him in front of his children and the world by healing at a pace that his unevolved mind cannot process. Charlie talks about how effortlessly and magically he converts tin cans into pure gold. This guy's out of his mind. I've cleansed myself, he says. I closed my eyes and in a nanosecond, I cured myself. Help! He says Alcoholics Anonymous, it's the work of sissies. It's a bootleg cult. Can you imagine? With a 5% success rate. That's right, Charlie. I'm a member of Alcoholics Anonymous for 20 years. I don't drink, I don't snort cocaine. Guess what? Jails, institutions, or death. That's on the menu for you, pal. And you know what? You've already been in jail and you've already been in institutions. Guess what's coming? Somebody got to get this guy some help. Now, this all came about. Charlie planned a little family excursion with his ex-wife, Brooke Muller. They went to the Bahamas, mother of his twins, most recent ex-wife, and his porn star girlfriend and her girlfriend. So he went with the 4 goddesses, which are now 3 goddesses, because Brooke Muller said, I'm out of here. Are you crazy? And Charlie rants and raves and goes off on her. She's a wreck, he says. Where there were 4, there are now 3. Goodbye, Brooke. Good luck in your travels. You're going to need it. The man has just gone out of his mind. He talks about all the other men who judge him, the public. Says we lay down with our ugly wives in front of our ugly children. We look at our loser lives, and then we look at Charlie and say, I can't process it. How does the man do it? Help me. I laughed so hard today, my insides hurt. I'm laughing for this guy, and I'm praying for this guy. Why can't anybody help him? Where is the police? The guy's an admitted crack and cocaine user. He had a bag of cocaine. He smokes it by the rocks the size of my fist. Acts against the law. Lock him up. Put him in front of a judge. Get this guy some help. He's completely lost his mind. For the CBS people, you know, I applaud you. Finally. Chaim Levine. Jew. Finally. You guys canceled the rest of the season. You'll probably end up canceling the show if this guy doesn't get his act together. I don't know that he's going to live till next season. What a terrible situation, Charlie. Dude, what's your rap? Alex Jones, man, how could you do that to the guy? I mean, I understand you were going crazy having this guy live on drugs, drugged and drunk on your radio show. I mean, what a show. It's going to live forever. But this guy, come on now. We got to get this guy some help. You're egging him on like he's doing okay. He's a friggin' wreck. He's a train wreck. He's a disaster. It's so sad. I tell you that it's crazy. Tell me, you guys, what do you think? Somebody send me some notes. Send me a message. Facebook me. Email me, ross@rossmandel.com. I want to hear from you guys. What can we do to help Charlie Sheen? Now, let's say, guy doesn't have any problems, right? His first fiancée was Kelly Preston. He shot her. She was shot with his gun. It was an accident. You know, what else is there when you shoot someone with a gun, right? It's only a flesh wound, bunch of stitches. And, you know, his first wife, he beat her. Denise Richards, he beat her. Brooke Muller, he beat her. He's throwing chairs at hookers and beating them up in the Plaza Hotel most recently. We spoke about that in depth. Charlie, we're looking at you. You're right, we can't process how insane you are. Come on, man. Lindsay Lohan went in front of a federal judge. She's on probation for multiple crimes and violations. Judge said, if you plan to plead guilty, you're going to jail for a long time. For months and months, you told us you didn't do anything. Forget about getting, you know, a little levity with a plea. You're going to answer now for this. She hired a new legal team. The video from the security cameras in the jewelry shop shows her wearing the necklace, plain and clear. And the guy she's with is distracting the store clerk. Next thing you know, the necklace is gone and Lindsay's gone. Uh-huh. I don't know. What do you think? 2 + 2 is what? 4? 6? 7? I don't know. And what happens? They see it again in the front page of the New York Post. 2 weeks later. Lindsay's like, how'd this get here? I don't know. Well, guess what? What another example of sobriety gone wrong. Somebody's got to help these people. I'm sorry to make fun, to make light of. Look at my situation. Yes, I am still. I'm under arrest. My name is Ross Mandel. Double S and double L. I've got a website. That's rossmandel.com. I'm on Facebook. Ross Mandel. I've got an email address. It's personal. I got more than 100 personal emails last night because of JB, Justin Bieber. You're the man. You are the man. I hope you stay this beautiful, innocent, strong, God-fearing kid. You got good family around you. Okay? Ross@rossmandel.com. Charlie Sheen, al-Gaddafi. We got a lot of stuff going on. Lindsay Lohan. Somebody has got to say something and save this country from going the wrong direction and down the tubes. Thank you so much for your time today. It is such a privilege to say hey and to be here in front of you and to be able to post this stuff. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great weekend. Over and out.